I'm an entrepreneur. I don't just do one thing. So I venture into aspects where I realize there are prospects. My name is Peter Etornam. I'm 30 years. My highest level of education is an HND in building construction. And I have a degree also in database administration and then advanced certificate in French speaking. I mostly grew up, I was born in Hohoe, but grew up all my life in Ashaman, Newtown. That's where I sprang up, growing and playing and learning, and I'm into construction. Like I said earlier, I have an HND building construction, and so I'm into the supply chain in terms of construction, yes. Basically into block production, project supervision, yes, sales of materials. I wanted to be part of the construction chain, and so I got this piece of land 2011. Fast forward 2017, I started working, but the intent has already been there from day one. My first shovels I used for block production, I got them as far back as 2011, and then I kept them until I started in 2017. So that should tell you that there was this burning passion within me to, amongst other things, the certificate that I've gotten, the exposure to come and do this. I sold dogs to pay to put up money, to put together some money to get the machine I'm using now. I did MCing gigs to get the money. I did other petty jobs just to save money to get the machine. And the structure, other things that it entails, electricity, first quarry dust. We got saved money to buy cement, and that is how it has become so far. In the building industry, the most important thing that forms a building, the very visible ones that forms a building are blocks. Yes, and so what goes into block production, I would say a lot. Material acquisition, and so you select your materials very carefully. And the materials, depending on what kind of type of blocks you want to produce, we have the quarry product or the local product. The local dust, acids, atterware, cement, water, machines, human resource, putting it together to form a solid block as you would see it. In starting a business of your own, it helps you to be a blessing. It helps you to impact lives. It helps you to also put food on the table. In a small way, yes, we can be a blessing. We can touch lives, and we can also help get rid of our our housing deficit. After all, if I'm producing here, it's affordable, materials are good. Somebody can get a good house and a shelter to live in. A typical day should be like waking up in the morning and getting your hands dirty. Sometimes we don't even brush our teeth, excuse me to say, we don't even brush our teeth, we don't even take our bath because we're going to do some job that is dirty. Yes, and so when I wake up in the morning, if we have water, fine. If we don't have water, I go and then get water from the dam and make sure that work gets started. We think through how we're going to put our materials together. Our aggregates, the measurements we're going to use, and then we make sure our machines are working perfectly. And so we check the machines, our electrical system, and then the next thing I should do is either to do a supply or to just be here during the day to make sure that the blocks that we produce are of the highest quality. A few times I go to the shop, depending on what I need to do. A few times where I need to go and visit clients, go to their sites, do supervision for them as well. Some people too, I help them acquire materials, and so I make sure I go and then make sure materials get to the sites. Challenges, I would say, sometimes they are foreseen, sometimes they're not foreseen. Sometimes They are from human interpersonal relationship we have with people. Now, challenges will be materials in dealing with drivers. There are times where you place an order for a specific material and they come with something else. There are times where the weather is unfavorable for us. There are times where we get stuck, like when the rain starts, sometimes we get stuck with our truck. There are times where we have encounters with land guards, access to water sometimes. Electricity sometimes is not stable. And so sometimes we are faced with low currents. And the kind of machines that we use sometimes with the low currents, you'll be forced to halt, and then maybe your materials get wasted. There are lots of things we expect from the government. Even in the US, there are expectations of people. And so in our country, what I also expect is that the government should put certain things in place. Now, there are simple amenities like water, electricity, accessible roads, not necessarily good roads, accessible roads. Yes, just to... And if the cost of production in terms of tax and other things can come down, because we are emerging entrepreneurs. At the end of the day, I want to have a construction company that touches lives. And so I would want to be one of the top class construction companies. I would also want to, as part of my corporate social responsibility, be a blessing to society. In 10 years, we just want to be happy. Yes, we want to be happy doing what we're doing. Yes. My message that I would give out to emerging entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, is that it's not easy. Whoever told you it's easy should be telling you a big lie. Because some of the challenges you face are not scripted. Now, what I believe is that when you invest in a business, let yourself be in the business. Your skin should be in the business. Every day, work at it. Work at it. Every day, you learn, you keep your records. Be it material acquisition, be it your expenditures, you put them down. Now, they will help you to project. It will help you to project into the next future. It will help you to be able, and keep seeking advice. Now, everybody has something to say. Sometimes, as much as you're educated, the ordinary worker you're going to work with, the artisan you're going to work with, has something to say. Pay attention, take the salient things out of them. You can go to Harvard School of Business. You can go anywhere you want to go and learn all that entails in business. But the practicality on the ground is different. Sometimes it happens as you go. But it is your consistency. If you are tenacious, you keep going. You keep going. Because you would fall. But every time you rise and you keep going, at the end of the day, it makes you stronger. One of the things that I would say is that challenges build you, gives you experience.